This might be the most powerful pocket camera DJI has ever made. Introducing the DJI Pocket 4P, I truly believe that this tiny camera can replace heavier creative gear. Now earlier in the year, DJI released the Osmo Pocket 4, but the 4P in particular is built for creators who want a cinematic quality without carrying heavier gear. Easily one of the biggest upgrades here has to be the dual camera setup. You can shoot wide for vlogging, and then you can be able to zoom in this case to the skyscrapers. So you have a 60mm focal length, which give you more background compression, so subjects pop a little bit more while keeping you in focus. Now of course, just like the Osmo 3, you can be able to flip the screen and it'll turn on right away, and you can instantly start recording. You have some additional controls here, so you could be able to zoom in by tapping the screen, and you could be able to tap on it again to zoom in a little bit more, up to 6 times while you're recording, which is pretty cool. But then you also have the buttons here. So this is the zoom button, so you don't have to touch on the screen, and you can double press it to zoom all the way in, max zoom. So the C button is your custom button. So in this case, I have the joystick controls, so I can either have it tilt or I can have it zoom in or zoom out, which is kind of redundant because you have a zoom button there. Now pretty basic stuff. You can select the mode, so you have pictures, you have panoramic, and you also have low light, slow-mo, which is a big upgrade. You have 240 frames per second of 4K, which is glorious. So let me just actually show you guys the resolutions. So if I flick up, you have 4K and 240 frames per second, which is nice. And of course you have your time lapse. That's the time lapse you guys saw earlier in the vlog. And you have this red button. This is just your capture record button, and you have your joystick that we just talked about earlier. So really cool stuff here. And of course you just have that infamous dual camera setup with the key light on top. And the bottom here, this is just for your tripod, but in this case with the creator bundle, you have some feet here, so you can expand this. I only have one hand currently, and potentially put this down, and now you have yourself a nice setup here. So and then you put it right in your pocket. But you can also put this onto a tripod too as well. So pretty self-explanatory, easy to use, and I think that's what makes the Osmo Pocket so good. I mean, amazing quality, taking it a step further with the 4P, and of course it's compact.
Nobody else is gonna put themselves out there like that.
No.
So that's how you get different shots than all of
You
you.
put yourself in uncomfortable situations,
Exactly.
you're gonna get yourself
If you're always comfortable, you're always gonna be like the
high
average
risk,
Joe.
high risk, big award. Got it.
The higher the risk, the bigger
Bigger award. Facts.
She send me a text, don't answer her call. She love when I flex and shopping on malls. Relieving the stress, I beat on her walls. She skied on her chest, she kissing my balls. We speedy in the bed, don't stop with the loss. BV's on my neck, I shine in the high tide. Down there.
Alright, my brother. Yo, alright, brother. Love.
She said she miss me, I'll catch.
In the beautiful city of downtown, currently not using the DJI mic mini or any lavalier mics whatsoever. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And also, this is in low light mode. I'm actually gonna switch over to the regular mode to see if it compares. And you know, since we had it here, may as well just turn on the light. See, you guys can see that key light kind of adds in lighting. And now this is the regular video mode, no low light. Want to see how this is gonna look like in person. But yeah, just looking for something to eat. Let me actually spin this around. You guys can see this is beautiful Toronto. Reminds me a lot like New York City, Manhattan. And there you guys have it. Let's just zoom in. This is a perfect time to zoom in. So I can just press the zoom in button. Now we at 3 times, and you can double press it for 6 times. So now we get all up in the CN Tower. We can actually read out what it says there. It says 50, or does it? Yeah, it does say 50. And if I double press again and press it one more time, now we're all the way out. So the zoom in functionality is pretty sick. I got that light on so you guys can see it makes a difference. I'm gonna turn it off one more time, and now look, this is how it's gonna look. So it look kind of flat or look kind of boring. So now you add a little light, There you go. There you got it. Now, when it comes down to the low light performance, usually this is where smaller cameras struggle at. But this features a 1-inch sensor here. So it also has a 17-stop dynamic range. That's gonna help keep the highlights controlled while still giving you a clean shadow and better faces. So you guys can see right now, getting that 17-stop dynamic range comes in handy. You guys notice how smooth the stability is here on the Osmo 4P? Look, I'm literally running, not even running, but just fast walking, and everything is staying smooth. So this is actually perfect for vloggers. Let me charge this up right now, currently on 78%. Battery life is pretty good, and it also charges fast thanks to quick charge. A part of the creative combo with the Osmo Pocket 4P, this comes with something called the frame tap. So this is just a remote control for the Osmo. So I can control the camera and I can move it up and down so you guys can see it's moving. And I can move it accordingly. So that's pretty cool. And then also too, you can browse into some of the settings. So all the modes here, you have playback controls, so you can play back your media. Oops. You can play back your media. And now the next generation of active track is present here. So it works perfectly fine as you expect. It's following me around. So this is perfect for walking around and talking and everything like that. And as you guys can see, no matter how low I go, it's still gonna get me. And I can move side to side. It don't matter. It's gonna follow me. And another thing too, right now, I have my mic connected. My DJI mic is connected, so everything is good. Active track works perfectly fine. And I think if you're vlogging, this adds another dynamic. This adds dynamics to the vlogs. And pair that up with the frame tap, you have an incredible combo. You guys didn't realize that it was in my hand, so I could see what's going on from a distance while the Pocket 4P is tracking me. So yeah, and you know, I can even sit down and still talk to you guys in style. And I have my mic, so I'm getting perfect audio. Yeah, it's more than anything, this is the easiest ways to start vlogging. Let me show you guys how clear this zoom is. So I'm looking kind of crazy. Look how clear that zoom is. You guys can see I can zoom right into my eyeballs. And look, I'm still going, and boom. And also, quick side note, you're getting an ultra wide lens module. So you can actually change the lens here. So if I can twist it, you could be able to detach the lens. I'm trying to be careful. And this is amazing because look, this is actually a frame. So it's all glass, so you're protecting the actual camera lenses. And installing it is very easy. You just wanna make sure you have the pins aligned and you turn it, and that's it. This is incredible. So now you have a wider shot. So to be exact, it is 0.7 opposed to 1. And once the ultra wide is installed, you're actually gonna get a prompt saying that it is installed, and as well as an icon, which is pretty neat. So you'll know you have the ultra wide. If you're vlogging, this is gonna be a staple. For my Osmo Pocket 3, I always had this little attachment here, so I always had something. I think this is such a huge pro for vloggers because you don't have to have your arms too out. Alright guys, that is my review of the DJI Osmo Pocket 4P. If you're coming from an Osmo Pocket 3, this is an absolute no-brainer. You get additional zoom, lossless zoom I should add. You're getting that internal storage, so about 100 gigabytes. Don't sleep on that. There's a lot of times where I forget my SD card and I can't record, so that is a worthy upgrade. If you're going to an Osmo Pocket 4, I feel like if you're going to step here, you may as well step all the way to the Pro. But I think this is a worthy upgrade because you still get the gesture controls, you still have that internal storage, you still have that key light, and although the zoom might not be high, you're basically getting about, I would say, like 80% of the experience on the Osmo Pocket 4. I mean, DJI really did knock this one out the park, and I see myself using the DJI Osmo Pocket 4P for the foreseeable future. And the Pocket 3 had a great run. I still like this, and I think the quality on this is still pretty good, but the Pro just takes it to a whole nother level.